So a while back, I was at a social event thing and I was with a group of people I had just met. And there was a white woman who had just shared this fantastic new fitness class she had done. And she said, I went to something, and for anonymity's sake, let's call it body pump yoga. And I looked at her, and in my head, I'm like, WTF? I looked at her and I politely asked, so what's body pump yoga? And she went on to explain that it was a combination of body pump, where you're using weights to build your muscles, and then intermittently are then doing yoga stretches. And it was so fantastic. And her instructor had put it all together and pulling some yoga practices in that she loved and blah, blah, blah. And all I know is that I was feeling through my body a combination of what the F and instant activation, irritation, and rage, quite frankly. So I get asked a lot about what are my thoughts about the cultural appropriation of yoga, basically how yoga is being adapted in the Anglo world, in Canada, the US, the UK. And I think I get asked this because I'm brown, my parents are from India, South Asian, I am a trained yoga teacher. I am a diversity and inclusion expert, and then I also am a social justice activist. And here's what I would say to you. I have a really hard time. It really sucks watching what's happening with yoga out there, and I want to talk openly about it. It's hard for me because, number one, yoga is so beautiful, and I think it's so great that it's spreading globally and through the masses. It means union, and I love the way in which it's bringing people together and actually helping them to live better lives. However, what I found really, really challenging is the way in which yoga has now become so watered down in the Anglo world. Yoga is an Indian or South Asian practice that has very strong traditional and cultural roots to it. But what we have now been seeing in the Anglo world is the misuse of language, stripping the practice of its holistic nature, not using the correct terms, not mentioning the Indian roots, and so much more. In other words, what we're basically seeing is the whitewashing of yoga, which is cultural appropriation. So what do I want to have happen instead? I want us to teach yoga. I want us to study yoga, but I want us to talk about the Indian roots. I want us to study the Indian roots and spread the Indian roots and the traditions in a very authentic way. What do you think? I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a line across social media. Check my site, ritubasine.com. While you're there, sign up for my mailing list and watch for next time.